Launched for fun. Landed on fire. Speed was there. Grip wasn't. Someone get this guy a towel. Oh yeah, great plan. Skate directly into the water. Jumped like a champ. Landed like a disaster. Cheers to poor grip and great timing. Face first. Classic. Who knew trees were so slippery? Pole dancing? More like pole crashing? Well, that's one way to drop the cake. Live from the floor. Weather's looking unsteady. Trying to sit together? More like swinging into disaster. Rainy run? More like a slip-up marathon. Group shot, featuring the groom and the ground. Perfect shot, right into a backward fall. Well, that's one way to shake up the ceremony. Strike a pose, and then fall right out of it. Walking backward? More like crashing into reality. Two girls, zero balance, and down they go. She falls in, he thought he'd help, and falls in too. Great hang. Not. He wanted a nap, but the floor had other plans. Well, that's one way to make a splash. He aimed for a dive, but the rope had other plans. She carried the trash and then became part of it. She opened the door, and the duck was ready for battle. She aimed for the jump and got a splash instead. He aimed for a smooth landing, face first into the water. Nailed it. Smooth moonwalk until he turned into a human bowling ball. Dive denied. So close, yet so soaked. Jumped on the board and straight off it. Tried to stop the board and stopped himself in the water. He cleared the jump by landing in the water. Perfect balance until the Christmas tree made its move. She was riding smooth until she wasn't. He aimed for the landing and found failure instead. Climbed the board, miss everything. Well, at least the bag didn't fall alone. He took a shortcut, right into the glass. She thought it was a runway, but it was a waterway. Flip failed. Gravity won. Climbing? He was just practicing his fall. He hit the gym, and the gym hit back. He lost control, then made a new friend, on the ground. Slipped, dipped, splashed. Balance left the chat. He dived in. She made it a team effort. Gravity aimed low, real low. Brilliant plan. Trash bin, chair, disaster. Jumped high, but the trampoline wasn't as impressed. He was ready to dance. The horse was ready to run. He jumped for the thrill. The ice gave him a cold welcome. He was smooth until he wasn't.
But I'm fucking acrobatic.
The move was in his mind. The fall was in reality. Off-road skills. On-road disaster. Tried to be Tarzan, ended up with a face plant. She aimed for the jump. The barrier aimed for her fall. Stretch goals achieved. Landing, not so much. They raced for the boat. He raced for a swim. He wanted to ascend. The ice had him descend. He got air and then got acquainted with the pavement. She went for a leg dip, and the whole body joined in. He held the slingshot, then it launched him instead. Through the net, lost his balance, gained a bath. She skated in like a champ. She grabbed the railing to stop and flipped right over it. 1 second smooth, next second splash. She was skating like a pro, and then she wasn't. 10 for the flip, minus 100 for location awareness. Ah, yes, nailed it. Perfect landing, into the river. Perfect spot, and straight into the water. Classic. A jump to remember, just not for the right reasons. Nice walk by the river. Oh wait, plot twist. He's swimming now. He walked past like it was safe. Big mistake. An expert in balance, until he's not. He challenged the rain. The rain accepted. And that's how you don't clear a hurdle. You can say he slipped into the pool in style. And that, folks, is how you don't kick a ball. Well, he definitely took that turn a little too literally. Well, at least she nailed the landing, just not where she meant to. And that's how you don't sit on a pommel horse. Well, that's one way to get a jackfruit surprise. Well, that's one way to land a swing. That's one way to take jumping the turnstile to a whole new level. When gravity says sit down, you sit down. Every entrance needs an impact, just maybe not like that. They danced like nobody was watching until everyone was. The water's fine. The rocks? Not so much. She was just minding her own business. And then, boom, wave attack. That dive was gonna be iconic, right up until the sidewalk disagreed. One small pull for snacks, one giant leap into the shelf. He flew like Tarzan and landed like laundry. He tightened it like a pro and got launched like a beginner. Just one step down and straight into the highlight reel. She was in full control until her feet mutinied. When you and your BFF are totally in sync, even in disaster. She started strong, then gravity hit her with a lesson in reality. He leapt like a legend, then tripped over his wardrobe. The bar said no, the mat said not here, and the ground said gotcha. Aerial yoga, where the poses are optional, but the floor is non-negotiable.
Watch the gate.
Pranked, launched, and dropped like a bad idea. Hold on tight. He held on longer than expected. Still felt like it was choreographed. She had one job, swing. The water had one job, catch her. She steps on the exercise step like a champ, turns around. She jumped with confidence, then gravity said, nice try. She's skating backward like a pro until she crashes into someone else's graceful backward move. Heels high, confidence higher, then boom, down she goes. She came to tone her hips, but the machine had other ideas. But she gets back up like a true gym warrior. The signpost wasn't the obstacle. His judgment was. She tried to ride like a cowgirl, but the horse went full eject mode. This is it, the serve that's going to change everything. Look at him, full of confidence. There he goes. Perfect flip, just not the landing. She was ready to ride the wave, but her board was still waiting for the invite. One resistance band, 2 girls, and a whole lot of unintended contact. Looks like that workout just turned into a friendly fire situation. 2 girls, 1 scooter, and a crash course in how to fall. He promised a flawless flip. Instead, we got a live demo of how not to do acrobatics. He promised to lift her up in love, apparently, that also includes falling down twice for the full experience. She was one step away from being a model for grace, and then the water had other plans. She nailed the pose, then the bike nailed her to the ground. She was confidently riding near the water, then her bike gave out, and she found herself getting a lot more wet than she planned. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you in the next one.